Week 11 WRASSLEBOYS reviewing podcast. Meat.
Oh, it's worth it. It's worth the wait. Hey,
All
everybody.
hail meat.
The apple pie. And this is WRASSLEBOYS Week
WRASSLEBOY.
11.
Yeah.
We are. This
Here.
is the last stop. The last we're in the parking lot to WrestleMania.
Sour Skittles.
The parking lot to Sour Skittles, which is a sentence. As always, I am Mega Fighter, the not host, but I always remember to introduce myself.
I'm Allie. I forget to introduce people because I'm not used to it.
And I am the perpetual third wheel of the show.
You were
Rocktan.
You were fired.
Allie, we had to rehire him. We can't just fire people for our mistakes. We're not EA.
What do you mean we're not EA? You shitting me? I can't just fire Rocktan for me fucking up?
No, unfortunately, we cannot.
Do I have to release a press statement condoning the actions of Rocktan for not stopping me from being racist?
All right.
Yeah, go home show. Go home.
Go home show. We are here, March 11th, on week 11 of our show.
11-11.
Yeah, or episode 11, whatever.
There's a song by Dinosaur Pileup called 11-11. And they go, 11-11.
Investigate Free 11, which is what this is. It's the third month and the 11th day.
God damn it.
It's too bad it's not 10-10-10. Then we could do an Impact joke.
Oh man, that'd be great. We are here at the Joe Louis Arena in Detroit, Michigan, where
They have a top 10 of all the best things that happened at the Joe Louis Arena. I didn't think there were 10 things that happened there, but I guess Detroit's a big town.
Yeah. And also, it's named after like a famous sports star, so it's probably a huge arena to go to.
Yeah. Did you notice there were some weird video errors at the beginning of this episode of Raw?
The music started late.
The music started late, and like the videos sort of like they put the wrong video package up for a second, and they had to switch it.
Yeah, it was very weird to start off.
No, I didn't notice any errors. No.
Like
I did know the first thing I noticed. I caught a sign in the crowd right away. Initially, was possibly this could be at least, if not the sign of the week, at least a runner up for it. One of my favorite signs that I saw that still makes me laugh thinking about it. Chef Booker T.
Chef Booker T was good. I remember seeing that too. Yeah,
and I think they had had sort of like a chef, sort of like the
Chef Boyardee logo.
Yeah, the Chef Boyardee logo with the guy, but maybe they might have put Booker T's picture in there. I don't know.
Honestly, that makes me think that our next that next time we can, if somebody brings a similar sign, we just have like a Photoshop picture of Booker T's face over the Chef Boyardee can.
Yes. I want
like
that.
His shocked face or something.
The SpaghettiOs are in my fave 5.
Right next to the Hungry Man's.
Put a little bit of
the meat food love.
Just put a little bit of Red Hot in there.
Just a little factoid. Joe Louis is a famous professional boxer who competed from 1934 to 1951, and it was nicknamed the Brown Bomber.
And he grew up in Detroit, so that's why he was such a. Which is why they had this arena named after him.
He was actually victorious in 25 consecutive title defenses. Wow.
Nice.
Damn.
So we start with some tag team action. We got RVD.
6-man tag.
I was getting there. RVD and the Hardys, the Regal and the Dudleys. And they
Yeah.
immediately throw away the APA's title shot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they announced it's like a fatal 4-way tag match for the tag titles.
They're
It's
not
like,
fucking.
well,
They're not fucking getting it. They have to do a fatal 4-way now.
That's it.
Thanks for winning the thing.
Oh, yeah, fuck that number one contendership match.
Yeah, that's right away exactly what I thought. Like, they turn it into a 4-way so the APA don't get like a simple match-up shot that they earned.
I mean, they did also like have a title match on like SmackDown like a couple weeks ago or something.
Writing.
It just seems entirely thrown together because the Dudleys and Hardleys seem completely
The
disconnected
Hardleys.
from the feud of Billy and Chuck versus APA.
The Hardley boys.
The Hardly Boys.
The
They're-
Hardley boys.
You can't tell by looking at them,
But they are boys.
but they're boys.
Did I just say the Hardley boys?
Yeah.
He said the Hardleys, so
Sorry.
yeah, it's all right.
Slipping
Yeah,
the
this
tongue.
might have been like they had to make it a fatal 4-way because they didn't have anything for the Hardys and the Dudleys to do.
The match was brought to you by Asthma.
Yes, just once again, the fog of the pyro smoke,
Joe Louis Arena needs some ventilation.
right?
Yes.
Something I noticed was that the Hardys came out to that dark and light thing they do, but I didn't see any like light up neon gear that they normally wear for that. So it's like they forgot to wear it.
Yeah, because I noticed Lita did. She
Yeah.
had it for her match later.
I didn't have a lot to say on this match, but I
This
do know
match
it was a bit of a-
immediately turns into a giant fucking brawl.
yeah, it's a bit of a clusterfuck, but it is at least a fun clusterfuck where it's like everyone's getting in their shit.
And RVD gets Regal after a pretty badass frog splash from him, even though I think they're having a title match next.
Yeah.
They're having a title match.
This is where in like modern WWE commentary they'd be like, if he hits that move at the pay-per-view, he could win the match.
Oh my god, he can win and lose matches. I
Where
only
it's
just
like-
realized that now, Corey Graves. Just now.
Jesus
Yeah,
Christ,
you know,
Byron, you've
honestly, I
been
don't-
wrestling for how long?
When I hit the
Honestly,
Saxton Nation, I usually just left.
Yeah, honestly, I don't mind if like someone gets like if there's two people in a feud, but they've been thrown into a tag match, and then they get like a pin on the person they're feuding with, because that builds drama for
Yeah.
that can build drama. It's like, oh, if they pin him at Mania, they win, and kind of thing or whatever.
Yeah.
It becomes a problem if it's like just a singles match, and then they
Then they do it, and then it's like, if he could hit his finisher on the guy and pin him for a free count, he could win this title at the pay-per-view. It's like, oh my god.
Well, and we're like, we
Stop.
just saw it. And then you're thinking, we just saw that.
We just saw it.
Yes.
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
a pretty
fun-
fucking awesome frog splash he did, though.
Yeah.
Just-
I also remember somebody said hi to Bubba's penis. I think it was Matt or Jeff.
that was
What-
SmackDown.
Oh, that was SmackDown? Okay.
It's just they have very similar matches on Raw and SmackDown, so. Because right
Okay.
now, we've got a boardroom meeting.
Oh my god, these board
It's
meetings.
Vince McMahon, Linda McMahon, some other people. I think Megafighter noticed someone in the back, but I couldn't tell.
I think I saw Kevin Dunn in there.
Yeah, I think Kevin Dunn was there.
I
And
could
this is
tell
sort
by
of
his
the
face.
reoccurring segment of the night where they'll just cut back to this boardroom meeting, but like nothing important happens off screen, so it's always like they cut back right when Vince is going to say something about Ric Flair,
Yeah,
who
I did
was
not care about
arrested
these at
last
all.
week.
Oh yeah,
He's just
That's
here.
okay. He's just here now, I guess. I guess they let him go, but it's like we're not going to resolve that fan punching incident and not reveal that it was a hoax.
Who's going to own the WWF? The guy who owns the WWF or the guy who doesn't own the WWF?
Did you notice Kevin Dunn because of his buck teeth?
I
or
don't.
whatever.
I don't think his teeth were visible, but I know he's got also a bit of like a 5 head going on, and I noticed there was someone with a 5 head, so I was like, I see you over there, Kevin Dunn.
So this is pretty
where's
much they're
Jeremy
holding
Kevin?
this board meeting to discuss that, like, if Ric Flair wrestles this match, do they have confidence in him as a leader to own the company and shit?
Which is weird because you think it'd be about disciplining the Undertaker since he harassed like
Didn't the cameraman
Ric
see
Flair
Undertaker lean through over the corner and just go hee hee?
conveniently kept out of the fucking like recap they do later of that segment.
Yes.
So is the argument like, oh, because he's involved in a wrestling match?
No,
can't
because
be
he's
the
involved in
owner?
like a feud. He's not emotionally stable enough to like be the owner of the WWF. And it's like, have you seen Vince McMahon in anything he's done?
And also, why not just discipline the Undertaker then?
So they wouldn't be able to wrestle.
Which he shouldn't be allowed to wrestle if he's beating up your road agents and also like junior staff,
Watching
like,
watching VHS tapes of him beating up Arn Anderson.
and David Flair in a shower.
And David Flair in the shower. Let's not talk about that.
Let's talk about. Also, there was a point where like Vince tried to do air quotes, but like his air quotes were really off, and he kind of barely like moved his fingers. I
So
can't remember the word.
It was just like a fucking Richard Nixon thing.
Yeah. And yeah, I was mostly bored during any time the boardroom meetings came up.
Bored.
Yeah, I was just thinking that. But
so we got the Lugs boot of the week. Why is it not Big Boots? Why
is it not Test?
Why is
Lugs,
it not...
you are screwing over our boy.
You could have done product placement of just like, that was a big boot by Test wearing Lugs. He's wearing Lugs for those big boots.
They got the Lugs big boot of the week, and it's always Test hitting a big boot. I would be happy.
They could really go nuts with like the promotion of it if they had like the wrestlers wearing Lugs shoes or boots into the ring and then they that would be
Could Lugs work as wrestling
that would be a good thing because then they was like, and we have to and this match is brought to you by Lugs, which all of our competitors are wearing.
Would Lugs make for good wrestling boots? I feel like they wouldn't.
It's got like treads on it. I'm not sure.
Yeah. Kurt Angle comes out to cut a promo.
Don't forget about the "You suck what" chants.
The "You suck what" chants. I really want that to die. I hope that's gone before the end of this year.
Yeah, the "You suck" chants are great, but the addition of the "what" is just no.
You're trying too hard, guys.
Because the "what" that sucks is Kurt Angle.
That's all you need.
Kurt Angle's talking about crime. Most importantly, robbery.
A topic that we are very familiar with on this show is crime.
He was robbed of his title shot. There's some reference to Big Bird Moron that I don't recall the context to.
Kane. He called Kane a Big Bird moron.
And that he may be the Big Red Machine, but Kurt Angle is the Big America Machine.
The Big Red, White, and Blue Machine.
America. And then he said, I'll make that whole childhood burning theme seem like a paper cut.
Wow. Remember when your family died in a house fire?
I'm gonna beat you in a wrestling match.
And man, aren't you gonna feel better about that, about your family dying in a house fire?
Your family died. But I'm gonna beat you in a match.
Yeah, the analogy doesn't work because you're comparing fire to a cut. It doesn't really work.
I'm gonna light you on fire, Kane.
I'm gonna make that house fire seem more like you.
Now I remember the boot of the week. It was the
stove.
Kurt Angle attack on Kane in the parking lot.
Yeah, the Kurt Angle, like the awkward angle slam. Which, was good, but I feel like there's a later angle slam in this week that's way better.
Out comes Booker T to discuss how the people in Detroit aren't stupid. They're very stupid.
At first, I thought he was turning face, and I was confused.
Yeah, we thought he was turning face, and then he didn't.
and then he blames the city of Michigan for losing his shampoo endorsement.
Damn you, Detroit.
Which is weird because I'm fairly certain the reason you lost your endorsement with Yakimoshi shampoo is because you were racist.
Yeah, probably.
So Booker T comes out in agreement with Kurt Angle, and then my eyes bleed.
Yes, I have the note. God damn it, Edge! Because Edge comes out and fucking blasts our eyes with fucking
flashing lights.
Flashing lights again.
King calls Booker T's hair nappy, which is
Oh no.
Hello, Don Imus.
Yeah.
And Edge starts laughing about how Kurt Angle's so white, says the Canadian. Kurt Angle reiterates that he's cool. He's got cool in his middle name, Kurt Cool Angle.
His middle name is cool, which is weird. I thought his middle name was Steven. I actually looked that up for that joke. I feel proud of myself.
And we get my favorite thing, the Angle Rooney.
Or as I call it, the Curter-Rooney. Or as Edge calls it, did he call it? Like the Lama-Rooney?
Something like that.
Edge called it the Dorker-Rooney, which was...
And I love that, like, this awkward breakdancing thing Kurt Angle does, Booker T starts immediately fucking laughing.
He is squirming so hard.
Yeah, he's trying to cover his face, but he's just giggling at how stupid that was.
Like, usually there's a debate on whether or not to give Kurt Angle MVP of the week, but I feel like he cinched it immediately with the Curter-Rooney. Like, we were so happy.
It was like watching a little kid for the first time trying to do a breakdancing move and failing miserably.
So good.
I want to mention that something I don't think we've mentioned yet about this feud, that the shampoo commercial feud was inducted into WrestleCrap. I don't think
it was not the Gooker of the Year award. I feel
I think there's a difference between inductions and Gookers.
Yeah, the Gooker is like an absolutely terrible one. And I'm trying to remember what the 2002 one is. Actually, I probably shouldn't look that up. That might be spoilers for the future.
Yeah, don't fucking look up 2002. That year's off limits.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry. No one in the comments bring it up either.
So it's going to be a tag team match because Booker T sucks at the weakest link.
Yes, they bring up how he's like the world's dumbest man, which is like, or the world's stupidest man, because, and like wee and all that. And it's like, oh yeah, that episode of The Weakest Link happened.
Yes. Well, here's the thing. I wanted to watch it on So Let Me Tell You About, but we've technically, at least two of us watched it. Yeah. And if I recall, several of the highlights were Kane being very intelligent, which is, to be fair, he is. And Booker T thinking that Thanksgiving is in October.
Which resulted in our joke about how in 2003 he wasn't getting a title shot, not because he was black, but because he thinks Thanksgiving is in October.
Just like those Canadians.
All those Canadians in the back don't get title shots because you think Thanksgiving's in October.
And goddamn it ruins the sequential month holiday combo of Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas. Even though all customer service people want to fucking shoot themselves during that time period.
I just want Halloween to be left alone.
Hollow giving miss.
Hallow thanks miss.
Thanks, Hollow miss. Thanks, Hollow miss.
Hallow thanks miss.
Hallow thanks miss.
Yes.
Yeah, I do love this joke because it's so true. Whenever I think of like Thanksgiving and the fact that there's Black Friday and then you get the long stretch of Christmas, I just love the joke of, I miss the days when Thanksgiving was a day when you ate and drank and passed out and nobody woke you up the next day to say, let's go shopping.
Go shopping.
Yeah.
Do it now.
But yeah, so Edge is bringing out a mystery partner.
Presents.
Edge is getting a mystery partner for this tag match against Kurt Angle and Booker T that'll be coming up later.
Yes. We figure that out later.
I genuinely thought that he was just going to tag with Kane, which would make sense to me.
That
Can
would
I
make
shift
sense.
away from wrestling for a second, but talk about something that's related to wrestling?
Sure.
And that
No.
being that being something I wanted to say about the Edge song. You know, the "Never Gonna Stop Me" by
Yeah, my
Never
Durango.
Gonna Stop. Yeah, by Rob Zombie.
It was a hit, but I feel like it was one of his weaker songs overall. I don't know why
It's
Edge chose it.
probably the most pop I've ever heard Rob Zombie.
Yeah, it's like he's trying. It's.
It's also probably the only one without some form of swearing or like.
Well, no, that's not
like
true.
The lyrical content might be at least a little more clean.
I would like to
He
mention
doesn't
how
swear that
long the
much.
fucking titles to a bunch of the Rob Zombie albums are.
And it's one of those songs, yeah, where like I said, I think it's like he's trying way too hard to create a pop song, and it doesn't flow well. I feel like as some of the other songs. I mean, yeah, it became a good. I mean, to his credit, it became a big hit for him, but like he had way better hits in terms of
It wasn't
like
even a singles release.
So yeah, Rob Zombie's album titles are like Hellbilly Deluxe, 13 Tales of Cadaverous Cavorting Inside the Spook Show International.
The
And
Electric
then-
Warlock, Acid Witch, Satanic Orgy, Celebration Dispenser.
Yes. and then
you
the
just
Sinister
have
Urge.
then you just have the Sinister Urge. Oh, so get this, the My Durango number 95 line that
Yeah,
keeps
my
referencing.
Durango.
Yeah?
In the book A Clockwork Orange, the main character Alex and his Droom steal a car called a Durango 95. That's where it comes from.
Then
This
Miss Rat
obscure-
Regeneration Vendor.
That's such an obscure reference. 92 Dragula was about the fucking a song about the car the Munsters drove, apparently, but that at least you could take that song and its lyrical content about basically a guy who loves being undead and likes driving a car.
God, Rob Zombie's a dork.
He is a giant fucking nerd, but that's how he likes it. He likes being the outsider.
So I'm going to talk about something outside of wrestling that is similar to wrestling in a lot of ways. Chunky dogs.
This fat doggo.
Fat doggo, Lucy the Bulldog.
Yeah, Lucy the Bulldog.
Chunky dog.
He's so chunky. So big. So yes, we are introduced to Lucy the dog, who
and
is
the court order, which just has the big words court order on it, and then like some lorem ipsum underneath it.
This is apparently Triple H's dog, though we have speculated that it might be Stephanie's dog.
And she hates the dog, yet she feeds it, yet she brought it here.
Yeah.
Why did you bring the dog?
I was watching the dog the whole time, and I was thinking that dog looks miserable.
Yeah, I noticed she doesn't like Triple H. Specifically, like, she doesn't seem happy when she's near Triple H, but she's happy later when she's near Chris Jericho.
Yeah, which is why we started speculating that she might be Jericho's dog, but at the same time,
whose dog is this?
Like, you also found pictures of Stephanie with other just, like, really large dogs.
They like really large dogs. Like, there's pictures of Stephanie, and there's, like, a dog the size of her next to her, or, like, on top of her. And they're just big goobers.
It could be a case maybe the dog just liked being taken out for, was just happy that it was being taken out for a walk.
But, yeah, Stephanie sort of, like, grabs it and, like, starts threatening it and stuff.
Yeah, she's like smushing it. She's like holding it and smushing it, the dog's face.
Dog starts snorting a bit because it's a bulldog. It snorts.
I swear I heard during this whole thing that I don't know if they piped like they just added the sound effect, but I swear I heard it fart.
Probably farted. I have the fake quote of "You cut my car in half, so I'm gonna cut your dog in half."
Yes.
Yeah,
It's
Triple H.
we are awful people.
Triple H and Stephanie just kind of argue over possession of Lucy and all this, and Triple H is all just happy with his doggo, even though this dog could not give
This
any
dog
less
doesn't
of
give a
shit.
shit about him.
Does not care.
And Stephanie is just like bugging her eyes out. It's just like, yeah, she's just so stinky and doggy. And it farted.
Eh.
Well, yeah, that was that segment in You Look Fly Today.
Yes.
Last night
We
on Heat, some shit happened. Who cares?
We would if we could watch Heat.
Release Heat.
Release Heat.
Mr. Perfect fought Rikishi on Heat.
Then
Rikishi ate my nachos.
And then Rikishi ate my nachos is another sign in the crowd.
Yeah, I don't get this. Why are they putting stuff that happened on Heat and adding it into a storyline on the main show?
Because they want you to watch Heat.
But guess what? We can't.
Because Heat aired on MTV for some fucking reason back in the day, and there's no archives of it, and Viacom's being a little bitch. So
we can't get it on the network, apparently. No Heat for us.
This match was, I think it was Mr. Perfect versus Rikishi, right?
Yeah, it was Mr. Perfect versus Rikishi, and Test ran in. That was the Heat match, and this match is Rikishi versus Test.
Yes, okay, because I remember JR discussing the statistical advantage of being cheeked up. Lower center of gravity.
Yeah, he said that.
I remember they started hyping up the like it was like the greatest moments of WrestleMania or something on TNA, a special on 10. And fucking Jerry Lawler goes, "You remember when Roddy Piper like used the extinguisher on Morton Downey Jr.?" Is like, "Oh my god, fuck you for reminding me, King." At WrestleMania 5, yes, I know, I watched it and I talked about it.
You can't escape.
It was a 4-hour show, and like half of it was segments.
You
so
can't
mad
escape
still.
WrestleMania 5.
I want to, but we didn't do another, so let me tell you about.
Yeah, Mr. Perfect gets involved at some point, and he tries to stop Rikishi's ass, and we get a camera. Look at those glazed hams.
Rikishi like hits the people's ass, as I call it,
because he does like ass. I love.
He does like he runs the ropes twice, and then he fucking like bonsai drops onto Test.
A very safe, very gentle bonsai drop. he puts that ass on it for like a millisecond and then gets up.
I would describe it as him doing Earthquake's finishing move.
Yeah, it is kind of more the Earthquake splash, but it's just the running motion.
And he's Samoan, so the people's ass.
The people's ass.
I remember Jerry remarking that Rikishi's ass has as many folds as the dog's face.
So after a quick distraction, Test hits like a drive-by big boot. He kind of hits him on the side of the fucking face.
Yeah, that was a good big boot.
And he gets the pin off that.
I do want to note, like, at some point Rikishi sets up for the stink face, and like Test like drops down into like the sitting position, and JR says how it's convenient or something, and I'm just like, JR, don't call out the spot.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
I know how this match ends.
No, that was JR.
Oh.
I know how this match ends, King.
I spotted on a fairly funny sign during this match. Rikishi ate my nachos.
Yep. This was a good night of signs, honestly.
So we're already back to Stephanie, and Lucy took a big fake poop on the floor.
And and as we said earlier, like Jericho comes to the room, and like Lucy's like, oh, human. He's so excited about Jericho.
I didn't notice that, actually.
Ska Jericho, indeed.
Ska Jericho, yes.
He's got the checkers.
And the Playboy jacket.
Does he have like certain things he wears with other things? Like the red one, he'll wear like the Guy Fieri shirt.
Yeah.
And
that's cool too.
And I hope, and I think American Fire will appreciate that we're back to more of where this whole partnership was good, where basically, you know, Jericho's not being her bitch boy anymore. They're actually just being smug and calculating and taking up
Up until
schemes
Lucy
with
took
each
a
other.
big stupid fake poop, and Jericho has to go walk the dog.
Yeah,
Like-
that makes sense. You walk the dog after they shit on the floor.
Yeah, that's how that goes.
So
Yeah, I immediately saw that. That was
make
like
sure
that dog poop looked pretty
make sure
nice.
that you go on your Netscape and watch WrestleMania XA.
That's we were so happy about this fucking.
I was bitching about there's not a lot of 2000s alert because it's all just, Blockbuster and fucking Stacker 2.
Xbox.
Oh, I missed it. Did they actually advertise Netscape?
Netscape, yeah,
Oh my god!
right.
Remember
Oh my
remember
God,
June
I remember Netscape.
remember Juno?
No,
Yes.
the only Juno I can think of is the movie nowadays.
Well,
But-
I remember actually using Juno as just like an
With
email
Elliot
service.
Page, I think that's the name now.
Elliot Page and
Okay.
Michael Cera, yes.
Oh yeah. I remember Juno as in terms of internet just being like an email service. And yeah, Netscape. For those who do not know what Netscape is, it was an internet browser. Imagine Internet Explorer when it became shit but worse.
Oh my god, Netscape is the website's still up.
The
What?
website is still up, but I think like the last like release of Netscape the browser is like 2008.
Wow, it lasted that long? Jesus.
It lasted that long.
Wow. That's
I don't remember what Juno was. I just remember it was always bundled with Netscape.
that's weird because I remember getting it separately.
At a
from
time of
Netscape.
In a time of
Maybe I'm
Chrome,
thinking of another
Edge,
service.
Brave, Opera, Firefox, and somehow still Internet Explorer. Unless they've dropped Internet Explorer, I don't know.
And it's Microsoft Edge, baby.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
It's just Edge
The
now.
Edge.
It gives you horrible seizures and just blares Rob Zombie in your ears.
Now I want Edge to. I'm like,
My Durango.
Every time you open Microsoft Edge, it just plays Never Gonna Stop, the Red Groovy.
The
That's the
red
full name.
Groovy.
No.
That is
Every
the full
time
name of that song. I hate it.
every time you open up Microsoft Edge, you just get blinded with Edge's entry.
Hit you with the Juno web support.
Oh my god. This is ridiculous. But yeah, so was it just Netscape or did they advertise anything else?
No, that was it.
Okay, that was,
'Cause,
it was just
they
showing
cut
out
to
their WWF Netscape.
DDP and Christian, who are in catering.
They're in catering, they're practicing just being happy.
They're practicing their smiles, and Christian's actually is starting to look less goofy.
He's starting to
or
look
at least not less stupid. I would just say not necessarily less goofy, but it's not.
It's not as my retainer.
I guess he's actually looking closer to DDP's smile. With
And
yeah,
then
they're just
Billy
smiling
Chuck
at each
come out.
other, and then Billy and Chuck come out and talk about how they're staring at each other like a bunch of losers.
Yeah, they get really into like this, like you're some of those people, aren't you? You know, losers, and it's like Billy and Chuck of all tag teams.
What do you look at these two queens?
Basically.
yeah, I was like, where are they going with this?
And then like Christian counters like, didn't they call you the ass man? And then I just joked, don't hate me for like an ass.
But yeah, so that sets up for like a tag team match later on. No, wait, not even a tag
It's not
team
a tag
match.
team match. It's just a one-on-one.
I keep thinking it's a tag team match because there's like four people involved.
Basically, Christian challenges Billy Gunn so he can finally break his losing streak. I think.
Yeah.
We cut back to the boardroom meeting. Ladies and gentlemen, one VHS from a known VHS collector, Mark Calloway.
along with 6 copies of the film Nuki.
Yes, Nuki.
So Vince plays the tape where conveniently they show Undertaker looming around the corner with a fucking smile on his
Like
face.
it was a video game cutscene.
Yes. Also, this was where we noticed that fucking like Flair and Undertaker, when they did like the spill over the barricade, they got caught in the like cables. Like we didn't notice that on the last
Yeah,
episode.
he got caught in the cables, threw them off, and then got caught in them again.
And then the fucking staff guy just threw him again. Like,
Yes.
it's ridiculous. But yeah, this was another, apart from just the fun of seeing the cable trap thing happen, this was another boring boardroom segment meeting.
But do you know what isn't boring? Gold Dust versus Al Snow.
I did like the when he showed after he showed the video, Vince was basically had this look at Flair. He had this like knowing glare as he was like, "I got you where I want you, and now I'm gonna eat you like a booger."
This was a very quick hardcore title match between Goldust and Al Snow.
Yeah, they still had all the gold weapons, including a golden fire extinguisher.
Which sadly does not shoot out gold confetti.
No. They should have, though.
That should have, yes.
Just pack some in the fucking
or
tube.
maybe just instead of like white, it somehow shoots gold freeze or something or whatever.
I wonder if you could pull that off, like a weird carbon monoxide gold or whatever.
Carbon dioxide.
Carbon dioxide. Thank you.
You fire carbon monoxide, just kill the audience.
Oh, that's how you win the hardcore title.
I'm trying to think because I know they don't use whatever the actual chemicals are for fire extinguishers for their fire extinguishers for
carbon monoxide. No,
I don't know what they use. I forget.
They probably use like some sort of like dry ice thing that just shoots out. I don't know. Wait, no. Why would they shoot out dry ice? That's a bad idea.
Yeah, considering there was a one time it was either Undertaker or Triple H got the dry ice burned.
Wait, no, there's Triple H.
Yeah, it's Triple H. He got like this frozen stuff on a titty, and then got like a freeze burn from it.
Yeah,
it was because he walked out this like little castle thing for one of the WrestleManias.
Yeah, it was when he was wrestling Brock Lesnar. That's why I said Brock Lesnar at first. I remember that. But yeah, this is a quick match. Al Snow hits him with the fire extinguisher blast, and then
fucking snow plows him on the trash can. I love the snow plow.
Yeah. Dude, it's amazing that like Al Snow of all people had just like the sickest fucking finish.
I didn't know that was a snowplow. Kind of looked like a Death Valley Driver.
That's the snowplow.
Yeah.
Okay.
It isn't a Death Valley Driver. It's kind of like a.
It's like a brainbuster, like a scoop brainbuster.
It's like a scoop brainbuster. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a very Japanese looking move. Just, I'm gonna dump you on your fucking head.
Yes.
Also would have probably done pretty well in all Japan.
Also, Maven.
Yeah.
Smaven. They call him Smaven as a tag team.
I much prefer the Hardcore Shopping Network.
Yeah, me too.
Yes. Then we cut to Chris Jericho,
who is yelling at a limo driver to drive him home.
Because we forgot to mention that he tied like Lucy's like leash up to like the doorknob of the limousine.
Yes.
And then we cut back to here, and now he's like, "Limo driver, take me away. Let's go anywhere." As they get in, the limo driver backs up, and they hear like,
yeah, they hear doggy sound effects.
Yes, Foley dog sound effects.
She got ran over off screen.
And somehow got under the tire.
Yeah.
Like she was under the tire and then like they ran her over, but it's like how?
Yeah, considering she was in front of the tire.
And also, how the fuck did she do that? And also, she's way too big to even go underneath the fucking car unless you just killed her.
Yeah, like I could. It would be
Because you think it would be like a pug or something because of how they talk about it, but no, it's a big chunky bulldog. It's
Big chunky bulldog.
big
She
thick
would
bulldog. Yeah.
She'd probably be squished like under like the side of the car, like the under the carriage.
There'd be a lot of blood.
It would be more believable if she was in front of the vehicle, but I suppose they can't really do that because that would be
behind it. Yeah, like she's on the side.
Yeah.
So yeah, but Lucy is fine. She doesn't actually die. I assume that they kill the dog, but no.
Yeah, Mega Fighter misled me. He accidentally spoiled that, like, Jericho hits her with a car, and I thought it was going to be like the Steve Austin fucking drive-by with Rikishi, where the dog just gets obliterated by a car. Like a plushie of the dog.
I thought the dog died, but
or like that one Super Sentai clip where they just throw a dog out a window.
Oh, that was like a fucking Metal Hero show of some sort.
Well, yeah, it's not like they went that fast. It's kind of to be honest, that would be weird. It's like just backing out, suddenly just the dog just explodes.
Or they just make it even worse by, like, they show the limo just, like, stock footage of a limo driving off a cliff. By the way, there's it's that one Elvis movie, Viva Las Vegas, I think, where, like, they just show a guy fucking dying.
Oh, yes!
And then Elvis never talks about it again.
They just show that movie was like full of carnage on the road.
Yeah.
There were like cars exploding and everything.
And Elvis was like, "Oh, yeah, that was a race." I'm trying to get away from the fact that what the fuck is Fame for 15 and why Edge? Why?
Once again, twice in one night we get fucking blinded by Edge, and also they hype up another TNN show, Fame for 15.
Yeah,
apparently.
Keep going.
Apparently, it was a show about famous people,
famous
so like
phrases?
or famous and famous events. I think.
Yeah, so it was like about like John Wayne Bobbitt and all this other stuff that happened in like the 90s and 2000s.
Once there was a guy.
What I thought
was fisherman that like rescued Elian Gonzalez.
What I thought was crazy is like this was going to be a 15-hour marathon, so it's like 15 hours of Fame for 15. I get what they're going for.
What I thought it was, and what I thought I saw the picture as, I thought it was one of those hidden camera shows where you had like 15 seconds or 15 minutes to do something and they'll give you a cash prize, but no, it wasn't that at all.
I thought it was too when I first heard of it.
Kind of like that game show where, like, you know, you got a minute to win it. That kind of shit.
Yeah. I thought it was gonna be like, here's your 15 minutes of fame kind of thing.
So Edge finally reveals his partner, and it the Big Show.
Well, it's the Big Show.
Big Show came out looking pissed for what reason I don't know.
He's just very upset.
I want shampoo.
I want shampoo. I still have hair.
I got hair.
Maybe he was mad at Edge for like waking him up from a nap.
I was sleeping, Edge.
This match was fun. I liked it.
This match was fun.
Edge did a dive off of Big Show's shoulders.
I made the joke when fucking like Edge was climbing onto Big Show's shoulders.
Not only was it a dive off of Big Show's shoulders, it was a fucking plancha off the Big Show's shoulders. He dove to the outside.
Yeah, but he was like climbing on the Big Show's shoulders, and I went, and here comes John Cena at the Attitude Adjustment.
That would have been awesome, actually.
That would have been amazing, because no one knew who John Cena was. This guy just randomly lifts up the Big Show and Edge and just hits a move on them both.
But speaking of lifting the Big Show, angle slam to the fucking Big Show. And, like, you don't even see fucking Paul jump for it. Kurt Angle deadlifts the fucking Big Show for the angle slam. You can see him lift that big ass.
Nothing.
You can see him lift that big bastard, and all his weight was on his shoulders, and he fucking did it, and it was awesome.
fucking Kurt Angle just. I guess he heard about us giving the MVP to Triple H and was like, fuck that.
Fuck that. I want it to be the Angle Award.
Fuck that. It's mine again.
So after Angle slamming the goddamn Big Show and Edge hitting a spear on Booker T, taps Big Show out with the Angle Lock.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was fun. That was fucking fun. I love that.
That was fucking fun.
Yeah, Kurt Angle showing that like he is a beast, man.
He was so good at this point.
Good. He is so good.
He's like one of the when you look at him,
there's wrestlers who've been in the company twice as long as he has, and he's still better than them.
Yeah,
I don't think he had back then. Did he have the more muscly look that he had back then? I'm trying to think.
He was starting to head into that direction
a little bit, yeah.
Because I remember, like when he started, he was a lot.
I've heard the nickname Perk Angle.
He wasn't as bulky, and then he like got the bulk, and then he put more muscle bulk on.
I heard the nickname Perk Angle from someone about how like Kurt Angle just kind of wrestles like he didn't care what happened to him, and he just would just dive off things and fucking.
I mean, the man broke his neck to win a gold medal, so
yeah.
That just is. He doesn't care. He doesn't give a fuck if he gets hurt doing something. If it looks good, he'll do it.
Yeah,
he'll do like running dives off the stage. He'll fucking. He does like a fucking like jump to the top rope belly to belly suplex that I really like.
He's done dives off the cage. He's done moonsaults off of fucking cage heights and shit.
It's like no wonder he retired like
nobody and landed on the mat with nobody there.
Also, no wonder he retired so fucking early. Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
chill the fuck out, Kurt. Work safe like Jericho does.
You just get the impression watching that this guy breathes fucking wrestling.
He wants to put on the best fucking show he can and like be his absolute best, even if his body's like, what the fuck are you doing?
They've never half-assed, and that's amazing.
Yeah.
Also, the painkillers helped, but whatever.
And the painkillers.
Yeah, helped. I was about to say. He's admitted that like he was just devouring pain pills at some point.
Well, on a less bitter note, come to WWF New York. We have titties.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
I think it's Jacqueline.
Terry
and
Terry and Tori.
Terry and Tori.
Which is actually kind of confusing in a way, I suppose.
I think this is the only time I've heard Jerry Lawler compliment a black woman.
Yes. Not as much as he was talking up Terry, though.
He was talking up Terry, and I could see her fucking ribs, and you can actually see like her ribs, and you can see where her breast implants are. And he was really into Terry.
I think he was talking up Terry just because she was wearing a thong.
Yeah.
Probably.
I just imagine the reverse shot of like them in bikinis, and there's just like this little 8-year-old eating a grilled cheese sandwich, looking like, I
don't want to come to WWF New York anymore.
Dad, I want Mom to have full custody.
I actually imagine most like young boys is like watching they're like slightly different. Like they're eating a grilled cheese sandwich, and then their mouth is agape, and the cheese is like melting in their mouth as they're like, oh. And they're just like this their eyes open. Oh my god, what am I looking at? I've never seen this before. Women are this new thing to me.
I don't know what to do with this yet. I don't know what to do with this information yet.
Exactly.
I'm so confused.
I'm kind of mad that we didn't get more Christian and DDP. because I love their chemistry, and like I know WWE has sort of like the repeat it until it fucking dies mentality nowadays, but I would love to at least see another month or two of this.
Yeah.
Just the mentorship of Christian by DDP, because those were some great ass fucking segments.
Those are some great segments.
He faces Christian, and Christian wins after some nonsense, but he wins. And Christian immediately just goes and punches out DDP.
Why? It's been working for you.
It worked.
It worked. You have seen results. You won a match.
I thought it was the start of an arc with them of like, oh, I got results because I followed his thing. I'm going to be a follower of him. Oh, wait, I lost a match. Why? I'm going to be angry at DDP. And then we have a feud. If he lost
to Billy Gunn, it would have made more sense because then it would be like,
this isn't fucking working.
This isn't working. Exactly. You suck, DDP.
But no, he won.
Unprettier. But no, he won. And then he just turned on him.
And I know heel, but they could have done the whole like, he's a heel, but you like him kind of thing.
Maybe he somehow knew. I know. Maybe he somehow knew that DDP helped him win,
and he didn't need him anymore. But like, that's lame.
That's stupid because you clearly do. The results have worked for you, you dumb fuck.
Just because you lose 3 pounds doing DDP yoga doesn't mean you never do DDP yoga for the rest of your life. That's not how exercising works.
Yeah.
You have to keep it up.
Yeah, Mega Fighter.
Yeah, Mega Fighter. Lose that weight. To be fair, I also did DDP yoga for about a month.
Well, no, it's just I haven't been exercising as much, but at least that's partially just because I wanted to get the acid reflux down first.
Yeah,
but
medical reasons.
Now I need to get the fuck back on that treadmill.
Yeah, you fucking.
I haven't been exercising, even though they've been trying to encourage me into going to walks because my back pain has resurfaced.
My back pain. I also have back pain. But anyway, boardroom meeting.
Well, let's talk a bit more about Billy Gunn versus Christian, because there are a few other notes I have. One, why isn't this a tag match? And for the fuck of it, why not?
They're just hanging out. They're like two Pokemon trainers. They just sent out Billy and Christian and had them wrestle.
And why not just have it be for the tag titles?
Like, go Christian, use Thunderbolt.
Also, Christian came out to DDP's theme.
Yeah,
and then he wins, and it plays his theme.
That's a good point. I can't believe it.
That was weird.
It's me. It's D.
It's Christian.
That would be great.
Oh my god, that would be amazing.
That'd be a match.
It's me. It's Christian. That would have been.
Somebody make that magic happen.
Yeah, I wanted more of it. It was good.
It was good. Why
like
stop
they're keeping this going, and I mean they stopped this, and they're keeping the Triple H thing going.
Can I boardroom meeting that Billy and Chuck might be another example of getting heat by any means, because it really does seem like it's like playing into.
They have to really stretch for that heel heat, like. And I'm not talking stretching their groin for wrestling purposes. Like, it just feels like they don't have enough heel mannerisms to make them heels, so they have to go for, like, cheap insults and, like, bickering, that kind of thing.
Well, yeah, and playing up and trying to play that they're kind of, but not really gay, at least at this time, because they do that later. And it's like playing up that during this period of time, the general public was still kind of iffy about gays, unfortunately.
Oh, no, the gays.
The 2000s, man. We get just more boardroom crap. Vince talks about how he fucking fought they talk about the Royal Rumble match, which I'm fairly certain Vince booked.
Yes.
So I just had the fake quote, Vince, you booked that match, board member who will not keep his job.
Throw him out. I want him out of here.
Oh my god! I would have actually loved if one of these board room segments had it's a meme. I don't know when it first appeared, but that comic of the one boardroom
Oh
member
yeah, the guy getting thrown out.
yeah, the guy doesn't agree with anything and then gets pushed out a window. I would have loved to see that here.
I'm sure there's a lot of WWE versions of that out there, though, so that's also good.
This following match is sponsored by National Lampoon's Van Wilder, and
Yeah.
Resident Evil the movie.
I wasn't sure if that was exactly what they were selling. I feel like they said something else about it, but I can't remember what. But yes.
No, this would be around the time the first Resident Evil movie came out.
Okay, so
AKA, My Wife is Cool. Check out Mila Jovovich.
So yes. I would say in this case, they're not really promoting completely shitty movies, but they're not exactly that good either.
Borderline experimental. Now,
this is borderline experimental. Oh yeah, so no, I'd say we're
hold on. I gotta do my 2000s alert tradition, and I gotta look up the fucking Rotten Tomatoes ratings for these. So
excellent.
National Lampoon's Van Wilder. Did you know that National Lampoon's still making movies and they're all bad?
Oh yeah.
Oh man, that sounds great.
Okay, so it looks like Van Wilder got an 18% on Rotten Tomatoes.
That is rotten.
A 73% audience score.
Uh-huh.
Fun fact, I owned a copy of this because my sister gave it to me for some fucking reason. And the DVD menu is hosted by a girl named Naomi, which she constantly mentions as I Moan Backwards. Because it's that kind of movie.
That. I think I remember that joke. Because I think I remember seeing that from like trailers of it.
Okay, so Resident Evil did come out in 2002. Directed by Paul W.S. Anderson.
Paul W.S. Anderson.
Where are the ratings? 35 on Rotten Tomatoes.
That's critic rating, right?
Yes.
And audience rating is probably stupidly better for some reason.
I gotta go back again. Hold on. Oh, the fan things is, where is it?
Damn it, Rotten Tomatoes! You're making our job harder.
Hold on. Resident Evil 1. Resident Evil 1. You're the Jova bitch. Look at my wife. The highest rated is Resident Evil: The Final Chapter at 37.
Resident Evil 2002 audience score 67%.
Yes.
So yes, it is. It's not as high of a gap. It's not quite as big of a gap as Van Wilder, but still.
So we got Lita and Trish Stratus versus Jazz and Stacy. My notes for this match: dear God, not the match, Jerry.
Yes,
of course.
JR does say the weird statement of that Lita is multi-orgasmic.
I know, that was like, what the living fuck, JR?
JR was weird in this commentary because he wasn't trying to like in any way control Lawler's like horniness. He was just kind of going along with it, kind of. Otherwise, I
know
really
you're an old man, dude, and I think you're older than Jerry, but like, come on,
you're a Jezebel.
Oh my God, that's right. Yeah,
Lita's got like a WrestleMania shirt on.
Yes, they've got a lot of WrestleMania merch going on.
Jazz sneak pins Lita
using the most the most devastating move in all of professional sports. The surprise roll-up.
Yes.
Oh, man, you can't beat the surprise roll-up.
Stephanie Sawi, after the match. She killed your dog or injured the dog's leg.
Broke its leg, yeah.
Even though it wasn't her fault, it was Jericho's.
Well, here's the thing. She didn't have to bring the dog to all the way to Detroit.
Well, that's true.
She hates it. She had the court order. can she not afford a dog sitter? She's a fucking McMahon. She can afford a dog sitter.
She
Yeah,
flew
that's a
the
good
dog.
point, actually.
She flew the dog to Detroit instead
How
of hiring a
fucking
dog sitter.
How fucking expensive is it to fly a dog like across from like Connecticut to Detroit?
Especially because she was saying stuff like, "I hope you like being in that cage during your flight."
You could have just not flown the dog.
I had to fly the dog. I had to fly the dog.
I had to flow the dog.
I'm not sure. I can't even make a sense out of
I
that
think
one.
Triple H comes out at some point to beat her up, and they
He's gonna
mention
hit her with
the
the
War of the Roses again.
The War of the Roses. I mentioned that this was brought up like some weeks ago.
Jericho
and it
saves
was
a
really
woman
weird.
from being attacked by Triple H.
Yes, and
We saw a sign that was like a Rob Liefeld comic of Triple H. That was
That
actually
was the one I gave the sign of the week, honestly,
It
to.
was
It
really,
was a really
it was,
nicely.
It was really nice. Guy who
it was
drew
a
that
really nice, like super detailed Triple H drawing. That was cool.
in like a
I
'90s
missed that. I
comics,
wish I could have seen that.
in like a '90s comic style. That's why I keep saying Rob Liefeld.
Yeah, it was
So-
very hyper detailed. It wasn't as bad as Rob Liefeld.
So here's the thing.
It was
I-
stylized though. He was like way
It was
too
nice and
muscular.
Yeah,
When it comes to the crimes we talk about on WRASSLEBOYS, I would say you could say, well, it's professional wrestling, and they're as long as they're going to be wrestling on the show, like could just be you could write it off as like, well, they're wrestlers wrestling on the show. Of course, they're going to attack each other. And it's
I was
like,
gonna say if there's a
that's just-
segment outside of this is a wrestling match, we usually qualify that as Wrestle Court.
yeah.
By the way, animal abuse. We forgot to mention that, but
Man, yeah, animal abuse. Very clear.
animal
Animal
abuse in Michigan.
But yeah, Stephanie's not even a wrestler, at least not at this point. At this point, and yeah, she was at fault for bringing the dog, but she wasn't the one that put the dog out behind a limo next to a limo where it could potentially get run over. That
Under the
was Jericho.
statute, violation is an automatic felony punishable by a prison term of up to 4 years for knowingly killing, torturing, maiming, or poisoning an animal without just cause. The phrase was added to exclude negligent conduct such as hitting a deer on the road, so it
Okay,
actually
so-
is more of a misdemeanor than anything. Because it was
Yeah.
his neglect, but like, yeah, he didn't like push the dog into the car.
Man, if Jericho just kind of nudged the dog in front of an oncoming car, that would have been amazing.
Oh my god.
So I just have to say this in
you're
response.
awful people. I have to state this again.
Prince Jericho, you're on parole.
On the rap sheet.
Nope, he's on parole.
Oh, he's on parole.
He's got to do community service. Community service.
It's a shame that the punishments for
Hope you like
abuse
your ankle
of dogs
bracelet.
aren't stronger.
Well, sometimes
Uh,
accidents happen, but yeah.
So it's he attacks Jericho attacks Triple H with the sledgehammer and
Hits him in the back of his leg while he's pedigreeing Stephanie. And
Yeah.
Triple H starts going, "Ah, my quad." And the commentator's like, "Oh my god, his quad." But like, I'm not smart. The quad's on the front of the leg.
yeah.
The quadricep is on the front of your fucking leg. That's his hamstring. You goddamn idiot. I-
Maybe they didn't
want to hurt his. They didn't want to test out his quad.
They don't want to
but-
test his actual quad.
But like,
Only
that's his
you would have
fucking.
noticed something like this, Allie.
That's his hamstring. That
Uh,
the worst thing that could happen from that is like he tore his ACL or something, or like
which is still pretty shitty.
is shitty. But that's not the leg injury he had. It was his fucking quad. And
Is
Triple
this
H
where
was
they
like
do-
muttering, "I think I tore my quad. I think I tore my quad again." And it's like, that's not your. Oh my god.
Tearing
Is
an ACL
this where Jericho puts him on the steps again, or puts him on the table again?
Yes.
He puts him on the table and
Those the walls of Jericho again
through the
on
table.
Oh my god.
Wait, no,
Being
that's
very
next week.
professional again. Oh, that was SmackDown?
Yeah, I would have pointed it out on the notes.
Okay.
Ric Flair accepts the match, and no one will strip Flair of the name Flair.
No one will strip Ric Flair. Also,
And,
don't
like,
feel
I
too bad
think-
about the injury,
I think-
Hunter. At least now you and Lucy can be cast
No.
buddies.
Linda
My-
issues the ultimatum of, like,
Damn it.
if you wrestle, we're going to give the WWF to McMahon. And then he starts talking about family pride and, you know, who he is and how that wasn't cool, Undertaker. You can't just beat David Flair in a shower. That's my job.
No, don't say that.
No, okay, yeah, he didn't say that part. He didn't. I said that part. We're assholes.
Come on now. David's been through enough. He got beat up in a shower on his birthday.
We are the worst.
It's my birthday.
Okay, it was the day before his birthday.
So, Mega Fighter goes to get soup because there is a Hulk Hogan promo about he's Hulk Hogan. He did a bunch of stuff. He's the best. He's Hulk Hogan. He's an icon. He has goosebumps. Bum 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 bum.
It's more Rock Hogan stuff. So, also this is the first appearance of the NWO, so that's nice, I guess.
R.L. Stein, brother.
Oh yes. R.L. Stein,
Remember that
brother.
match we suggested last week of Rock and Austin versus the NWO in a handicap tag team match?
Yes,
That's literally
that was-
the match they're doing tonight.
and I don't care about it because it's just the main event of the Go Home Raw.
Hogan talks, Rock comes out, they call Rock a young lion, which is funny to me because I watch New Japan.
Nobody hot dogs it better than Kevin Nash.
Nobody hot dogs better than Kevin Nash.
Oh, one thing I wanted to say is I know it's been several weeks since the attack, but it would be more believable to see The Rock nursing some like lingering injuries.
Didn't Austin get a fucking cinder block broken over his leg?
Yeah,
Yeah, and he's still selling that. He has like the taped knee.
Oh, okay.
yeah, but like I think they said what injury Rock has from that car accident, but he's not selling it at all. So it is The Rock and Stone Cold, Mr. Austin, if you're nasty, versus the NWO.
God damn.
And can you say main event tag match? Main
It's
event tag match.
Honestly, the NWO did pretty good in this match, I thought, considering their ages.
I'm still
Scott
just
Hall
upset
hits
that
the
this isn't
T-pose
on
on
WrestleMania.
Stone Cold, and Stone Cold loses his fucking mind and doesn't take that shit.
Because he is not. Scott Hall will not assert dominance on him.
Bunch of bullshit happens. Hogan hits the leg drop, wins.
I love Rock's sell on that, by the way, where he's like, he shoots his lower body upward.
Rock sells everything because he likes trying to get a rise out of people, and I love that.
That's wonderful.
I remember, like, Stone Cold during one of his podcasts talked about how he hit the stunner and fucking Rock did a backflip, and you can almost hear Stone Cold just going, Jesus Christ, Rocky.
Oh, wonderful.
I remember hearing JR refer to the Hogan versus Rock match as the match he's waited for his entire life. I was like, really? The minute you were born, this is what you thought of was Rock versus Hogan, right?
You wanted to see fucking Terry Boulder fight Rocky Johnson's kid. Got it.
Yes. So I think that was just how Raw ended.
That's just Raw.
Yeah, pretty much.
SmackDown, we get a
NWO the NWO win, which is good because it does.
You know,
This
it,
is what
it
we
keeps
needed
it
to
strong
Rock's
headed
ability
into
to
Mania.
win. It puts the Rock's ability to win in doubt, and I'm fine with that.
I still
It
feel like
makes-
this match would have been a way better WrestleMania match than a fucking just a main event for the Raw.
On SmackDown,
Yeah,
we get a
I
dramatic
guess.
chunk dog recap.
I would say that it yeah, the NWO winning does help them to look strong going into Mania, which is a good thing.
Yeah.
it considering what they've been doing the previous weeks and not been making them look like complete fools and incompetent.
Yep.
So my eyes immediately explode because for some reason the pyro on SmackDown this week is fucking
Just firing off lights in your face.
yes.
Oh,
And
yeah, by
Rob
the way-
Van Dam opened both shows this week.
Yes. We should note that we are coming from the Gund Arena in Cleveland, Ohio.
Come on, Cleveland town, everyone. We're not
Speaking
Detroit.
of the pyro,
We're not Detroit.
We're not Detroit. I should have
speaking
played
of the
that.
pyro, if you remember, I talked about that cool pyro effect that they once did. That I was correct. That was actually how they, like first generation of SmackDown would start. Was they would have this like light fixture, and the pyro go around in a circle around the light fixture, shoot down these lights going down the ramp, and then they had another circular kind of thing at the entrance ramp, and it would go around that, and then all the pyro would go off. It was a really cool effect.
But yeah, Rob Van Dam starts both of these fucking like shows. And
Yeah.
now he's facing against Kurt Angle in a pretty good match at first.
Yeah.
RVD hits his OMG moment, the spin kick, while Angle's draped over the fucking barricade.
Yep.
And this match is interrupted after a surprise belly... Actually, sorry, I got confused. The match is over because RVD's going for the frog splash, and then, like, very slowly running down the ramp and, like, nowhere near RVD is William Regal.
He's going so gingerly down the ramp.
He's very gingerly strolling down the ramp, and it's like... And Rob Van Dam's just looking at him, looking at Angle, looking at him. He's like...
Dude, I think you missed your cue.
So he distracts...
I gotta get in.
He distracts RVD, and Angle hits him with the fucking belly-to-belly off the top rope, which was fucking awesome.
Hell yeah.
Because he just runs up the ropes to do it.
Oh yeah, I love when he does the running belly to belly. That's so cool.
I don't remember how this match ended.
Kane came out at some point.
Oh yeah, Kane came out, and like you could see on Kurt Angle's face, oh fuck.
Like he goes from like yeah to like
I think Kurt
god damn it.
didn't Kurt win this match?
Yeah, Kurt won. And he was
Yeah,
celebrating
I
up on the apron, or he's celebrating going up the ramp, and then like Kane's pyro goes off, and it's like, oh god damn it, no.
I immediately thought this was not a good idea to have Kurt versus RD in the first place, especially when RVD needs to look strong going into Mania.
Yeah.
He won. He's won most of his
Well,
matches.
I mean, he almost beat Kurt Angle. He was going for the frog splash when William Regal ran in. So I'm gonna axe your point with that point.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like he's been booked consistently strong.
He just needs to talk more.
Yeah.
Remember when he fought Lance Storm for some reason?
Yeah, and that was a good match.
To be fair, he's never been the best talker.
Well, you can still have him talk a little bit.
Yeah.
Speaking of talking, Vince and Flair talk, and that's all I have written down for this segment.
Ric Flair calls Vince a piece of shit.
Basically. Oh yeah, there's where he's like, you're a big piece of beep. And it's just like, oh my god.
I mean, Vince talks about how he has full confidence of the company now.
Yes.
Do you remember what?
Even though at the end of the show, Linda said, we can wait. We're gonna review this again in a week, and he's like, "Fine by me." Fine by me.
All right.
This.
I have the power. I don't care.
Do you know what a climacool is?
Oh my god! I don't think we looked it up. So I need to do that right now. Oh wow, there is not even like a Wikipedia page on this.
Is it some kind of cooling thing for shoes?
I'm a cool.
Oh, I think they were advertising a piece of clothing that like kept cool with Climacool.
Stay dry with Climacool workout shoes and pants by Adidas.
Wait, Adidas had more than just shoes?
I guess so, yeah. I didn't know they were the Climacool guys either. I don't think their logo showed up at all. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, how about that? So that was Climacool, and it's still a thing, so I guess we can take it off the 2000s alert.
It's still a thing.
All I remember was like, shit, what was it? Something about going to Blockbuster to see a movie?
Oh, that was later on with Jerry Lawler.
Yeah.
When was it? Oh, yeah. Okay, but first off, we have to talk about how they showed like the tomorrow, like this Sunday WrestleMania, but they didn't show us sour Skittles.
Yeah, fuck that.
There was no sour Skittles. What the fuck are you doing,
Taste
WWE?
the sour, taste the rainbow. There was
Come
that weird
on.
commercial where like they're just kind of looking at like it's raining Skittles outside and they're like running up this weird fucking like from the Labyrinth movie maze or like this staircase and like David Bowie's coming after them.
I shook a man's hand on the bus today.
They should have.
That man will never see his family again.
I held a
They
baby.
should
I
have a
held a
commercial
baby in
where
my
like
arms.
they have like a they have one of their wrestlers is diving into a pool full of sour Skittles, and they're like break themselves on it. And they're like, why did I do this?
So we got a four corners match of Jeff Hardy, Bradshaw, Billy Gunn, and Bubba Ray Dudley.
Also,
With
the
all of
Dudleys
their-
have a saliva theme now.
And this is the second day of the week where Jeff has his hair in these little double ponytails. He looks like
He either has
teenage
like a
girl.
he
I'm
either has
sorry,
like
what
a
the
he either has like
fuck?
braided ponytails or like this kind of like weird top knot ponytail.
Yeah. I think it's a braided top knot.
And this is a really weird four corners match where like it's 1-on-1, but there's a person in every corner and you tag.
Yeah.
But that also
Yeah.
means you can't win if you're tagged out.
I think that's how four corners is supposed
But I
to
couldn't
usually do it.
notice the fucking match because the commentary wouldn't shut the fuck up.
Also, this is a clusterfuck of people on the outside because you got Matt and Lita,
And they're just
Devon
hanging
Stacey,
out.
Chuck, and Farquaad.
They're just fucking hanging out together out there, man.
So much going on.
Why would you even have a four corners match as a tag match? That sounds. I mean,
I guess it's like a
especially-
captain's match where it's like, you know, one guy from each team, but it's like, why have all this like partners and like managers out there as well?
Yeah, it's already like a clusterfuck, and you're just making it even more.
I think
Jeff
it's
and
some-
Bradshaw say hello to Billy's penis.
Thank you. There we go.
The cameraman just gives up and just starts zooming in on Stacy Keibler's ass.
So yeah, Jerry Lawler, I forget why he said. I guess he talked about like going to a Blockbuster and to see like the latest, or he talked about go to Blockbuster to see the latest premiere of a movie, but it's like that's not how Blockbuster works, Lawler. It's a video store. You have to rent or you're banned.
Now I'm imagining as Bradshaw gets headbutted, he's going, and I am a wrestling.
Ow.
Ow.
Sorry.
Jerry Lawler does get a good zinger when talking about Triple H and how he'll be good to wrestle at WrestleMania 19 or 20.
I love that.
That was pretty good. There was the quote, "Are you ignoring me, Michael?" Jerry Lawler. Yes.
Yes.
I don't remember why, but you called Michael Cole a simp at one point.
I think he said that his favorite, like, I was commenting on his favorite female wrestler. According
No,
to
wait,
him.
it was his favorite team was the Hardys.
Oh, his favorite tag team out of the group was the Hardys, and I just said simp.
And then we have just like the everybody in the pool moment. I don't even remember who won this match.
It's a big fight. I do not know who won. Like, Lita's gone and out, and then she's just suddenly in the back tying her shoes like she never wrestled that tonight. And Trish
And then
Stratus
Trish
comes
was
up
like-
to talk about Jazz, I believe.
Well, she talked about how she's sorry that she accidentally kicked her during like their tag match,
Yeah, I missed that.
and that at WrestleMania at the Triple Threat with Jazz, it won't be an accident. I
This
think
is this is another case where, like, how did she get into this feud? Like, like,
because we need something for the women's champion to do.
well, I mean, isn't Jazz already facing Trish again or something? So I don't know
We need
why
to
Lita
spice it
needs to
up,
be
I
part
guess.
of it. I guess more
Oh,
is like, why does
I
Lita...
wrote down that Billy wins after giving Jeff an one and only. Thanks, me.
Oh yeah,
You're welcome, me.
oh yeah. Or was it a one and only, or was it a famouser?
It was a one and only.
Okay,
Also, buy our WrestleMania shirts. Thanks, gang. Yeah.
thanks, King and Trish for wearing one.
But yeah, they talk about the championship, and like, there's a very minor sarcastic comment, and they just start brawling.
Like, it's about how, like, I know I'm better than you, and it's like, all right, no.
And then they just slap each other, start slapping each other, and then
Yeah, they started brawling. A bit more of a better reason to start like a fight
Besides,
between
like,
people.
he didn't raise my hand when they said my titties look good. Remember that fucking feud?
Or you stinky
You stinky.
slap. It's like,
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
or how Stacy started that brawl when in the pose down when just because
Yeah,
her
there
hand
we
That's
go.
what I
raised.
said. You raised my
Roxanne
hand.
remembered. Roxanne remembers.
I always remember.
Yeah.
No.
Then there was, I think, more arguing with like Vince and Flair.
Arguing with Vincent Flair, and then David Flair.
Yeah,
He gets a
'cause
contract opportunity from Vince if he wins this match. Why does
So
he
that
not have
means-
to go through Tough Enough
He
2?
wasn't an employed member of the roster, and Undertaker beat him up.
Yeah.
Also, I put down just the note of I want the team of David Flair and Maven. Just two hapless, like, jobber comedy guys. I'd be down with it.
They always
It would
win
be
by
something
sheer
for
luck.
Maven to do. They either lose or they win by sheer luck and drop kicks. Really nice drop kicks.
Why is the boot of the week not
It was-
Boots?
Why is the boot of the week not Boots? Again, the conspiracy against Test.
So after that, we got Big Show versus Al Snow in a slant rhyme match for the hardcore title.
And once again, I have to comment on how I hate this version of the hardcore title. I know the hardcore title is supposed to look bad, but it looks even worse now.
Isn't it like a trashed version of the Winged Eagle?
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what
but it's
It
like
has-
Roxanne previously mentioned that it doesn't even look all that good as that.
yeah, it has more, like I said, it has more tape than it's supposed to, and it doesn't even look like the Winged Evil, like a broken Winged Evil anymore. It's just
the Winged
shit.
Evil.
So this match is really
Winged Evil.
this match is cut very short.
Winged Evil Knievel.
The Winged Evil is the name of my next album, of course.
The Winged Evil.
Michael Cole calls him the big show. So we have
Big.
Michael, there's only one big in his name. Come on.
Yeah, this match doesn't really go that far because like Goldust and Maven start interfering, and Maven
Yes.
gets the pin.
And okay, so Roxanne was right about the theme song thing. It's Maven's theme is like a weird remix of Tattoo. So did they
I
lose the
told
rights?
you.
Did they lose the rights to Tattoo by Mercy Drive? I remember Big Show like grabbing Al Snow by like the hair and just landing just like these really nasty looking punches on him though.
I told you it didn't sound right because it didn't have that like distinctive when I heard it for
Yeah. So he was right. And for being right and for catching us on our mistake, you're fired.
Yeah, get the fuck out. Pack up. You didn't even watch SmackDown. You
I scanned through it really quickly.
didn't even
He's
watch
been
it.
following fine enough. But he's still fired.
Yeah, fuck that.
All
Get
right.
outta here.
You can't
Hogan,
fire me. I'm your friend. And then if you fire me, we'll stop being friends. Fuck you.
good, you're fired from friendship.
Yeah, fuck you. Get out of here. Anyway.
Hogan
Here's a copy of Nuki for Undertaker.
I love how that's slowly becoming a running gag. I'm just Nuki. Yes, Hogan's got another tape edited together by the college guys.
I went to those college guys, brother.
He paid him $80. He talked him down from a $100 pay to $80.
Oh yeah, I kept saying like I haggled down to 80.
I traveled through time, brother, and got the guys from College Humor.
College humor might have been a thing at this point. I'll look that up. But
He talks about how Hulk Hogan is the Hulk Hogan icon Hulk Hogan, and that Rock is not a Hulk Hogan, he is an everyman, and he is a relatable protagonist Hulk Hogan.
And now here's a clip from the movie Suburban Commando. Okay, no. They were showing him hitting the leg drop on Rock, but he kept replaying it. And like he did it in slow motion, so it just became like a joke of he just plays other weird things on it.
I was frozen today.
It's like, here's a clip of Suburban Commando.
Dookie.
That's no holds barred.
I know, but like other clips.
Dookie.
Here's
a clip from Sando of Muscles, dude. Just him falling off the fucking, like, falling down the shaft and hitting his head.
Yes. Rock comes out and says, Hulkamania isn't real. And then starts talking about, like, Hulka Sandwich and Hulka Friends. And why did I write down? Oh, yeah, and then, like, Hogan calls him just flavor of the month. And I just kept shouting, soup du jour, Rocky.
Which is very appropriate because this is, I think, around the time when I got soup. Yes. I came back and you said soup du jour. College Humor launched in 1999.
Oh, shit.
So, yeah.
So it would have been a thing, actually.
So it would have been a thing. He did not need to time travel for it. Michael Cole is
I'm on the bleeding edge of internet memes, brother.
you know, internet meme's not even a word yet, dude.
Meme school.
If The Rock wanted to really get back on them, all you would have to do is counter with the clips of Mr. Nanny.
And here's a clip from the Scorpion King. Anyway, that wasn't a thing yet. But Michael Cole is too anxious for this match is something I put down. I don't know why.
Yeah, he was acting weird.
He was just freaking the fuck out. But yeah, this is just more Rock Hogan stuff. And I get it. It's a big match coming up, but God, these promos are boring.
Yeah. Well, it's this thing of like you watched Hulk wrestle on Monday. He's kind of stiff and like not good.
He's got a lot of ring rust.
And
to be fair, I actually used to have Hulk Hogan's book, and he was dealing with like his knee was fucked at this point, and I also think he was also probably dealing with his back, I think, as well.
Yeah, so but they're just talking about how tag match. They're just talking about how good this match is going to be between the two of them.
Yeah.
And then my eyes fucking melt again. We were free of it last week. 3 fucking times.
3 times in a fucking week.
Booker T and Test versus Edge and Tajiri.
Jerry Lawler calls Michael Cole's hair a Brillo pad?
Yes.
At this point, the amount of times Edge's entrance has happened this week, it's like opening the Ark of the Covenant. Your just face melts off.
Yeah, that's pretty much how it is.
Edge, I like stopped needing glasses back in high school or even middle school, if I recall. I don't want to have to go back to that.
You can't take me back.
I don't remember much of this match.
Booker T hits him with the Harlem Sidekick for the win.
Harlem Sidekick, yes. And then they make Edge watch a spinneroonie.
Yeah.
They force his eyes open and just go like, look at the spinneroonie.
Watch it.
There was this one guy in the crowd during this match that had 2 signs that I loved. I laughed my ass off. This guy was great. Booker T as GI Bro equals ratings.
Huh?
And the other sign was Axe, the word AXE.
Mm-hmm.
Axe Booker, I learned him English.
What?
Wow.
What?
Yes.
That's slightly racist.
I think he was like, trying to make fun of like that maybe the promo where Booker T was trying to learn Japanese, maybe? I don't
Maybe?
know.
So no matter what, that was vaguely racist of that
I
son.
didn't think about that.
So Jonathan Coachman has to be weekly harassed by Stone Cold this week.
Man, just can't catch a break.
Put some
But
stink on it.
Austin intends to put Sting on all of the NWO.
I thought he was going to do the whole, like, I explained the beatdown in exquisite detail, or excruciating detail for each person I'm going to put in a Stone Cold Stunner. But it gets interrupted by Scott Hall, who's making an entrance instead of being backstage.
And he started talking about how he put some stink on his stunner that he did to Austin.
Stink.
And
I
his
would say
stunner- I'm
citation
sorry,
needed
his
on that.
stunner did not look very good.
Yeah, he did not put stink on it at all.
No. Well, I don't. Maybe it was. Maybe Stone Cold didn't sell it well, or just like he just didn't do it.
I just think Scott Hall wasn't that good at doing a stunner.
Yeah.
We do have like him like calling out Austin, and like somebody comes down the ramp and like Hall attacks, like Kevin Nash attacks him with a chair.
He says, if you want to talk shit about me, say it to my face.
Say it to my. God damn it!
He pretty much tells. So
there we go.
Oh my god.
Uh,
Fucking Alex Riley jokes.
man, I miss him.
But it wasn't Stone Cold. He didn't come down the entrance. That was a ref.
That was a ref. Yeah,
Austin pulls a
Kevin Nash
sneaky.
beat down
Austin
with
pulls a
chair.
sneaky and like rushes out in a different direction to sneak attack him.
He comes in through like the crowd and goes into the ring behind him.
I remember JR is basically like yelling at like they're like yelling as that ref. They distract him with a ref that looked like Stone Cold or something. I was like, how do you make a? I was like, unless it's Will Sasso, I don't know. I don't think so.
Is there not a bald ref in the WWE WWF at this point?
I don't think so. Closest would be Earl Hebner, but like he's just balding.
Or Teddy Long?
Or Theodore Long.
But
I remember mentioning.
I don't know how you get him and Austin confused.
Yeah, exactly.
No, they're the same. Anyway. Anyway, they look exactly the same, okay? Shut up. So, I found out that bald people still produce the oil that your hair makes to protect itself called sebum. But the sebum just makes your bald head shiny, and that's why bald people always have shiny heads. Because I was always afraid to ask a bald guy why his head was so shiny. I always thought I was going to get punched in the face for being legitimately curious.
Oh, hey, we got an answer.
Yeah. Give me that sebum, playa.
Meanwhile, Undertaker wears a hat on top of his bandana.
Fuck.
I think isn't it backwards too?
It's a bandana with a backwards hat on top.
I don't know when they showed this, but they started showing the sort of vid graphics for the matches coming up at Mania, and when they showed the one for Taker Flair, I was like, oh my god, talk about complete opposites in clothing here. Just Ric Flair wearing just like suit and Taker completely shirtless with all his tat showing in the bandana.
Yes. So, we've got David Flair versus The Undertaker.
Yes.
After Jericho, in the backstage segment, talks about how he's happy he tore Triple H's quad, but whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. David Flair's theme starts playing, and then I start playing David Flair's theme on top of David Flair's theme.
And it's a nightmare.
And it was a fucking nightmare. This match was very short, and like it didn't even look like David Flair was going to lose, but Ric Flair still ran in for the DQ.
I think you guys are right that like this is Taker's it does make me wonder if this Taker's new thing is just beating up hapless rookies.
Taker hit. I mean, Flair gets a very gentle chair shot on Undertaker.
Also, this is our main event match tonight.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
that was our main
So
event. David Flair is a main eventer.
David Flair's the main eventer on SmackDown.
Oh yeah, because I forgot after the last match is just a special announcement from Triple H
About how like his leg is fine and he's gonna kick. His leg's hurt, but he's gonna kick Jericho's ass or whatever. I think he said he was gonna like put his foot up Jericho's ass, and it's like that's
I noticed he
weird
wasn't limping at the very beginning of his entrance, and then just suddenly switched to limping like halfway through. I'm just like, oh shit, I gotta limp.
Like so, Hunter's idea of a leg cast is just to wear Jericho on his leg, I guess.
After putting his foot up his ass, yeah.
Yes, I guess it's cool that the world title thing is the fucking closer for the go home to WrestleMania.
Anyway, my quad. Fear is the mind killer. Jericho. Pain is temporary. Glory is forever.
And then Walls of Jericho on the table.
Walls of Jericho through the table. And yes, Steph, we get that he's the underdog because he has a bad leg. The quad's not on the back of the leg. I'm sorry.
He's also an underdog because his dog was under a car.
God damn it.
Does that make Jericho the Overcar?
Yes. Overcar.
Oh my god.
We're calling anyone who's like facing an underdog now.
The undercar?
The Overcar.
Oh, the Overcar.
For some reason, I just thought of the underdog cartoon dog.
Underdog.
Well, I mean, Triple H is probably taking those pills to make him powerful again.
Is that what Underdog did?
Yeah, he had like an energy pill.
It's time for my drugs. It's time to save the day. It's time to save the day. Let's go. Yeah. Those are my antidepressants. Anyway. I only feigned dropping them on my face. It's fine.
Yeah. He's very responsible with his antidepressants.
So after doing the Walls of Jericho on the table, he just sort of gets off and just goes, "Yay!" And then the show ends.
Yeah.
Yay, we did it.
So that's the last week until WrestleMania.
Yep, next episode will be WrestleMania. We finally fucking made it. And then we're going to have 9 months of disappointment.
And then we're going to have 9 months of disappointment. And then Across the Nation will happen. We'll be finally out of attitude.
Yes. And we'll do the draft, which will be really fun.
And we'll be getting the F out.
Yeah.
This is going to be a hell of a year after WrestleMania, though.
This week was kind of in the middle in terms of quality.
Raw, I think, was the better show.
Raw was the better show, but like this
Except
week,
for all the boardroom meetings.
This week was kind of infuriating in some ways.
It felt like a letdown compared to last week, where we were really entertained.
Oh yeah, this wasn't as good as last week.
Not as good as last week.
I mind you, I was trying to just skim through SmackDown. What was it specifically about SmackDown that you guys thought it wasn't as good as Raw?
It was mostly just there was too much focus on the Undertaker angle. It seemed like there was a lot of like similar matches that happened on Raw already.
Okay,
the main event was David Flair.
The main event was David Flair
versus Undertaker.
Yeah,
and then the final segment was just Triple H Fun Time Happy Hour. Like, it's just not worth having a show for.
Yeah, your main event was Undertaker beating up a basically helpless David Flair, and then you had Triple H come out and say, "I'm gonna wrestle regardless of my injury," and then he gets attacked again.
Yeah, so I didn't like this week as much. Another reason why I didn't like this week, our Jerry Lawler thirst count, 26!
Jesus!
26 disgusting or lewd comments.
Wasn't it like he was like legs and thighs, legs and legs and legs? Or
Oh,
something?
that was
Or
when the women in bikinis came out during the WWF New York
yeah,
segment.
there was like one point where I added like 5 points because it was just so much horniness.
All at the same time, like a run-on sentence of like disrespecting women's bodies,
and just constant moaning. Oh my god!
Yeah, I remember when he said when he mentioned the thong. JR was actually said, "Oh, not the thong."
And comparatively, the gay jokes were at a low 1.
There was one gay joke.
Maybe more if we count like the losers bit, but that was a bait and switch.
I love bait and switch jokes.
Those were nice though. For our awards, we got our MVP Kurt Angle and our underrated went to Test because he was screwed over for the boot of the week twice.
Come on, boot of the week.
He is the big boot man.
Big boot man. Kevin Nash can't do it anymore. Give him big boots.
I'll go with that. Test does deserve better.
Test does deserve better all the time. Sign of the week for me and Allie went for the Rob Liefeld Triple H stylized sign drawing thing. That was
Roxanne
really nice.
Likes his own sign that I don't remember.
My favorite
Chef Booker T.
Chef Booker T. Yes.
Chef Booker T, which was actually very close to getting it.
Yeah, I almost got it. I didn't see it though.
Yeah,
you two did. I didn't,
but I didn't spot it for as much. For my Y segment of the week, I went with the constant boardroom meetings.
Oh yeah,
sucked the fucking air out of the whole show.
Like, you could have just had one and gotten
it over with.
The base of this. Pretty much the story of it only needed to be one segment.
I was going to say my why was the dog thing, but first of all, it feels obvious, and second of all, yeah, that fucking boardroom thing killed Raw for me so bad.
At least the dog stuff was entertaining in a morbid way.
Yeah, and also, I just liked saying chunky dog every time Lucy was
on.
And
also, Lucy was a chunky dog, and they love her.
Hey, wrestling fans, guess what you're going to be watching tonight? Boardroom meetings.
Boardroom meetings.
Right? You want a show that fucking draws the attention. Nothing is more boring than a fucking just bunch of old fucking white dudes talking.
Oh yeah, that'll pop that fucking under 18 demo. That'll pop the fucking 14 to 19 demographic.
I know that it's a company and they have boardroom meetings, but you don't need to show them, Vince.
You don't need to show them. We can just have like, I've received word from the WWF board of directors of blah 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 blah.
Or just do that thing where like you're doing a phone call, but you're just saying everything the other person's saying on the phone, so it's like board meeting, determining the ownership of the company.
Because you don't want to have to loop in Linda's bad acting again.
Hey guys, it's Linda McMahon. I am just letting you know that Ric Flair is ceding ownership of the company.
Sad how good of a fucking Linda that is. It's spot on.
You go get him, Vince. I love you, except for all those times I was paralyzed.
You put me in a drug-induced coma.
Yeah.
Oh, dear God.
You did. I'm going to go work for a president now.
It's not hard for anyone to do a Linda impression. You just have to basically sound emotionless, essentially.
I'm Linda McMahon. I have a daughter.
All right, so that was week 11. That was
next week WrestleMania.
Next episode's WrestleMania.
Yeah. WrestleMania. This is our life. Oh God.
Pump it up.
I don't want to pump it up.
All of one of the few gambles that Vince has done that actually worked, apart from all the other businesses this ventures he tried and failed at.
Welcome to the XFL.
Twice.
Again. Oh God, a pandemic.
Well, to be fair, and the second time that dissolved because the pandemic hit. So
that's true. No excuse for the WWF though.
And you better all get fucking like a pack of sour Skittles, They're like 89 cents at most stores, unless you go to my
I can-
store. Then they're like
I could
$1.50.
probably go to Dollar Tree and get one. Yeah.
Just grab some fucking sour Skittles, because we are celebrating next week.
Yeah.
Destroy your teeth.
Destroy your teeth.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Destroy your teeth.
Destroy your teeth.
Destroy your
And-
teeth.
All right, so that's Wrestle Boys. As we always say, as we close out.
Yappa pie.
Meat.
Meat.
Meat.